Hey, how y'all guys doing today? This is Twan.com, and today we're gonna be cooking the best meatloaf you ever had in your life. We're gonna take our time, and we're gonna chop up the onions real fine. We're gonna chop up the peppers. We're gonna put some of the secret things I put in my meatloaf, and then we're gonna dive into making a delicious meatloaf. Stay tuned, stay locked in, and let's come for the ride. So first off, I want to say that I was nervous as hell on that intro, but it is what it is. So these are my potatoes. I got them boiling. This is what's gonna be the mashed potatoes with this meatloaf. See, what people don't know is what we're gonna be using today is ground turkey. Foster Farm. If you live in California, Foster Farm. But today, that's what we're using. So you don't always have to go and get ground beef to create your meatloaf, right? All right, let's get this other one in here. I'm telling you, I use this ground turkey to make the meatloaf or spaghetti, and you can't even tell the difference. So the first thing we're gonna get into the meatloaf is the onion. Now I want to say something, since this is this is not my first video, but this is my first one in a long time, and caring about my craft and what I do. And I just want to say that for years I've been embarrassed to post my content because I don't have the best kitchen, I don't have the best utensils, I don't have the best cooking area, but I do keep it clean, and also I cook really delicious food. So I want to stop letting things stop being the reason why I can't do what I need to do. Why shouldn't I be able to freaking post my videos and show how I cook my food, right? All right, let's get this in the sink real quick. Just give me a second. All right. So you're gonna get a couple slices of the onion. I'm gonna cut them up. That over into the meatloaf. Gonna get this pepper going in here. All right, that's enough pepper. Sit those to the side. So now that I got the pepper and onions inside the turkey, the ground turkey, I'm gonna pop open this Ken's ranch dressing, and we're gonna throw some of that in it. There we go. So we're gonna throw some of that in it. And then I have some Himalayan pink salt. If you can see that, I'm gonna put some of that. I don't know teaspoons, none of that. I just put what I think should go in there. So forgive me for being that type of cook. I got a little garlic, some McCormick's garlic. Put some of that in there. All right. I got some basil. Sprinkle some of this basil in there. good basil. Can never go wrong with that. And I got some fajita mix in there. I'm gonna throw that in there just to give it a little flavor. So we got plenty of good stuff going so far. Alright. So some people use breadcrumbs, panko. Sometimes I cook my own breadcrumbs, sometimes I don't. But right here we're gonna use some good old Ritz. Y'all can see that, we're gonna get some Ritz. I'm gonna take a whole pack of these Ritz crackers and you wanna crush them. After you get them good and crushed, just pop the bag at the end and just let them flow. Let them flow right into there. Alright, that's everything right there. And then you just mix your meatloaf. That's all you do. Just mix it. Some people gonna say, oh yeah, he ain't using gloves. This is my meatloaf. This is my meatloaf. I don't gotta use gloves, bro. It's my meatloaf. Me and my family, I make it like this all the time. We are just fine, okay? Golly. Give a brother a break. But yeah. Mix your meatloaf around real good like that. Get all the ingredients mixed up in there. And then keep going to get all those onions and crackers to this good texture, this good consistency. And then you form your meatloaf. And don't worry about all this around here because it's just gonna provide extra lubricant, you know, extra lubricant for your meatloaf. So put it together. Put it together. Shape it however you want it to shape. Sometimes you're gonna make a lot of meatloaf for everybody. It's gonna fill up this whole pan. If it's just a meatloaf for like 4 people, this is good enough right here. Got 4 people in my house, and this is good enough. All right, gonna get that into the oven. See you in a second. All right, so I got my mashed potatoes peeled, well, my potatoes peeled, and I'm gonna mash them with this fork. And this is a prime example of what I mean. I would be embarrassed to show what I have to work with. This is all I have to work with though, man. You know, this is literally it, man. I don't have no good mixer or none of that, so anything that I whip up, it's mainly gonna be by hand. Like, I don't have no machinery. I have a blender, and it's a good blender. It's done well by me, but would I ever put some potatoes in a blender? No, I would not do that. All right, so these are white potatoes, russet potatoes, as you would pronounce them. And I did not purchase these potatoes. You know, I went to Thanksgiving with the in-laws, and when I went with them, they had extra potatoes, so they told me to take as many as I wanted. So I took as many as I wanted, and this is what we got here. We got these russet potatoes. Now, russet potatoes, as I've been cooking more and more, I'm starting to realize that they're not my favorite potatoes when it comes to making mashed potatoes. They do make good French fries, though. Russet potatoes, they make really good French fries, but as far as mashed potatoes, I mean, you gotta work. You gotta work to get them. All right, so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna keep mashing, give y'all time lapse, and we'll get back to what's next, okay? got the potatoes mixed, I'm going to put some ranch on them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have something to make them soft. And we're pretty much gonna put the same seasons that we put on the meatloaf. We're gonna put that right in these potatoes. Cause it's the theme. You gotta make your themes match. You know what I'm saying? Now some of this basil on her. You gotta have some green seasons. The only thing I'm not gonna put in here is the fajita seasoning. I'm not gonna put that in there. There goes some garlic. We got the rest of that garlic goes in there. Alright. And then we just mix again. Alright, back to the time lapse. Alright, I got a little sour cream in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put the rest of that in there. And I'm gonna also add some of this queso. Some of this last little queso I got up in there. So, you know, you might need to get you some queso and some sour cream for these potatoes. But look, sometimes it's like that, where you gotta find what you got in the refrigerator. You gotta, you know, to get the flavor you're looking for, to get the texture you're looking for. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's coming together. All right, time lapse, time lapse. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna take some of this Mexicano. Oh, let me see how I say Mexicano. Mexicano quesadilla shredded cheese. I'm gonna take some of that and top it with the mashed potatoes, and then I'm gonna bake it. I'm gonna bake it, bro. So basically, I'm making like some baked mashed potatoes with some queso cheese over top of them. Which I know about it, bro. Y'all let me know if y'all ever made this before. And if not, hopefully this is a good idea. Hopefully you're trying. My hand feel like carpal tunnel century right now. Carpal tunnel century right now, bro. Alright. I'm gonna cut up a few of these green onions real quick. I'll put them over top of the potatoes. This will give it some good garnishment. Okay, here we go. Them little rascals trying to escape. Can't let that happen. Come back and top it off with a little bit more of this parsley. I'm being basil. Okay, these are ready to go into the oven in a second. But yeah, this is what we got for the potatoes. Alright, this is what your meatloaf should be looking like once you're done. All I'm gonna do is take some simple ketchup and simple mustard, and I'm gonna make a sauce for the meatloaf. So we're gonna get that going. I mean, it's a very simple sauce, y'all. You don't really need to add nothing to it. I know people do honey and brown sugar. I used to do all those things to my meatloaf, but those things are not good for you over time. So, you know, the simpler, the better. So, you know, you see what you got right here. You should have like this golden sauce formulating for your meatloaf. That's all it should be. Just this little reddish golden sauce that goes over your meatloaf, and that's all you need. You don't need too much. You just need a little bit. You don't need to go overboard with it. All right, so once you got it good mixed up, this is the color it should be looking like. So we're gonna dump that I love this meatloaf right now. Like I said, you don't need that much, you just need a little bit. So if y'all wondering what I cooked the meatloaf on, I cooked the meatloaf on about 325 for about 15, 20 minutes to get like a solid golden crust underneath there. And then I turn it down, I dial it back to about 200, 250. Just to let it cook all the way through without it burning. But yeah, then once you do that, spread it all over. Like I said, you don't need that much because you're just making a simple meatloaf. And all you need is a simple sauce over the top. I was gonna make some macaroni and cheese, but I ended up forgetting. I forgot the noodles. I forgot to get the macaroni pasta, so can't make macaroni without macaroni pasta. Without, you know, can't do it. All right, so we got that all spread around, and then we're just gonna throw that back in the oven for about 5. Okay, so the meatloaf is done, and the potatoes, they're done too. So, ooh. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's get into the meatloaf. Get some good slices. Ooh. As y'all can see, it's cooked all the way through. Good meatloaf slices. Let's get another one. Let's get that on there. And let's crack into these. Let's get this over a little bit. Let's get into these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get a little bit more. Okay, so this is what the plate looks like. Give me 1 second. So this is what the final product looks like. Let's see what a good spoonful of that looks like. Get some of that. Oh, it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy, y'all. All right, let's get the camera up and let's get a good bite. Now, that's some good meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Now, y'all see the things that I use, but you can also make it better with heavy whipping cream, with butter, with a numerous of other products. I didn't use those. I didn't have those today, so this is turkey meatloaf with mashed potatoes. If y'all looking for a healthy alternative, if you love meatloaf, this is definitely the way to go. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this recipe. Till next time I'm out.